Let's look at the different sizes of LEGO battle installations. Only three parts. There are only 30 parts here. It looks pretty strange, but interesting. Wow, that's a huge jump! 550 parts! There are 3 ships involved in the battle here. 648 parts. Here are already 2 ships afloat fighting, and another one has already sunk. Wow, now we're talking! 3,000 parts, 2 ships, and one is already on fire and has many holes. Most likely the black ship lost this battle. Just wow! There are 9,200 parts in this installation. There are 2 ships that are fighting to the death. This time the black ship is winning, and the red one is almost in pieces and is burning in different places. It won't be able to stay afloat for long because there are several holes in which water is already entering. That's all for today. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out our other videos. Let's dive into the video about LEGO aircraft carriers in different scales. 5 parts tiny carrier for tiny planes. 12 parts going for a little bigger size. 31 parts, more layers and realistic shape of modern carrier. 48 parts, overall details and outline with the cabin looks better. 70 parts, I like the modern look and tiles with stripes. 104 parts, looks like it's a Taiho aircraft carrier. 161 parts, this carrier was made for helicopters. 216 parts, Japanese aircraft carrier from World War II. 310 parts, wow, this one is big, the longest so far. 2,355 parts. This is a really huge carrier with a lot of planes placed on board. (2,827 parts, a big flying shield carrier from the Marvel series. 3,145 parts, another enormous battleship that can carry some planes. 5,425 parts. Oh wow, this one is so detailed and has multiple layers inside the ship. 6,061 parts. Once again, insanely big and detailed military aircraft carrier Taiho. Now we're getting to the big ones. This Lego build of an aircraft carrier John F. Kennedy includes around 15,000 pieces. This one is the ship that was displayed in Liaoning, Chinese aircraft carrier made of 44,000 pieces with personnel and vehicles on board. And the last one is just insane. This ship is 22 feet long and replicates the USS Intrepid aircraft carrier. A crazy amount of 250,000 pieces was used to make this ship. What an ending to a cool video about aircraft carriers compared in different scales. Hello, let's take a look at ships of different prices from $1 to $1 billion. This leaky boat costs $1, 13 parts. This boat costs $100, 36 parts. $1,000 is already much better than the previous ones, 150 parts. $5,000, there's already a captain's room here, 200 parts. $7,000, there's already a lot of equipment and gold parts, 235 parts. Strangely enough, this ship for $8,000 looks better than all the previous ones, 250 parts. $10,000, quite a lot, a model in the form of Lego Technician, 300 parts. Wow, there's already a golden roof and even a golden swimming pool. For this you need to pay $20,000, 350 parts. This ship is smaller in size, but there's more gold, $50,000, 450 parts. A huge sail made of natural fabric and everything in gold, $500,000, 500 parts. $1 million. This yacht is almost entirely made of gold and was created to order for a large businessman, 650 parts. Everything that came before is simply nothing compared to this. The price of this huge ship is $100 million! Wow, 2,500 parts. And finally, the largest ship in our video. It costs $1 billion. It has everything your heart desires and even more. It's very cool. Wow, 5,800 parts. Thank you for watching. Write in the comments if you would like to see more videos like this, and don't forget to like. Let's look at the LEGO Warships comparison in different scales. Three parts, starting off with some small gunboat. Seven parts, now it's really more of a warship. $15 parts, better shape on that gunship already. $35 parts. I like the details and multiple different cannons on this. $70 parts. Looks like a much more advanced and bigger version of the previous. $100 parts. Finally getting the shape of a real warship. $273 parts. The cannons are so big and detailed on this. Looks so real. $367 parts. Now we've got some kind of a scout ship. 539 parts. This is one of the most popular warships, Bismarck. 784 parts. This is the Japanese battleship Yamato, the biggest sunken battleship. 1,111 parts. This is mad big, detailed, heavily armored and weaponized warship. 2,156 parts. That's crazy! Looks like this ship can launch scout planes from it too. 2,495 parts. I like that. A big jump in details for this one. Looks sharp and clean. 2,910 parts. Once again, a big and powerful looking US military battleship that's ready for battle. 3,003 parts. Elaborate deck and powerful cannons to attack ships, alongside with good AA. 4,181 parts. A detailed battleship with multiple turrets, antennas, and realistic deck fittings. 4,281 parts. Sleek patrol vessel with blue and orange stripes and modern radar equipment. 4,400 parts. This is the French Dunkirk battleship, the first fast-swimming battleship. 4,619 parts. This USS battleship has a lot of anti-air defense besides its main cannons. 4,821 parts. A very detailed US gunship that can have a helicopter on board with a deployed task force boat nearby. This build is insane. Including more than 600,000 LEGO parts, this World War II battleship was built in real life. Its name is USS Missouri. And the last one for now is a mad big carrier ship, USS Making Island ship, that was built using more than 1 million LEGO parts. This was all the LEGO warships compared in different scales. Let's look at the LEGO Titanic in different sizes. The first one is made of only 11 parts. This is the smallest Titanic that can be made from LEGO. And this is a Titanic made of 18 parts with a more realistic shape. 32 parts looks bigger but still too simple. 50 parts. This one already has a pointed hull. 68 parts, not much of a step up from the previous one. And this is a Titanic made of 149 parts, starting to look complicated. "451 parts. Looks almost like a full copy. Wow, about 1,500 parts. Very realistic. "6,000 parts. From far away, it's impossible to distinguish from the real one. What about 9,000 parts? Yes, this is already an official LEGO set. Looks as detailed as possible. But that's not all. There is a model with as many as 22,000 parts. Yes, incredible. Imagine how long it will take to assemble such a Titanic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to watch other videos too. Let's look at the sunken and wrecked pirate ships made of LEGO in different scales. 15 parts, a good start, but not a lot of details. 22 parts, now it's noticeable with a broken mast and bottom. 43 parts, wow, that double-decked ship took quite a beating there. 82 parts, there's not a lot of parts left, this ship must have been in such a fight. 102 parts, looks like this ship was full of valuable jewelry and gold. 157 parts, damn, that was a good ship, it even had a cannon on board. 240 parts, not that big of a ship, but so far it's been luckier than most. 410 parts, that one is some ancient thing, looks like it's been there for a while. 754 parts. Cool, it's much better now. That's such a big shipwreck there. 1,142 parts. Looks like this ship hit some rocky terrain. Tough luck for the crew. 1,410 parts. Looks like all the treasure those pirates were carrying got scattered around. 3,023 parts. A huge ship with 3 floors is so badly destroyed. Looks like even such powerful ships can be defeated. This was all of the sunken and wrecked pirate ships made of LEGO in different scales for the video. Hello, let's look at the different sizes of LEGO fishing ships. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. There are 46 parts and it's just an inflatable boat. Wooden boat. There are 86 parts. I'm not sure that it'll sail far. "143 parts. It looks much better, but still the boat is old and rusty, and some parts of the ship are already rotten and need to be replaced. 239 parts. This is already much better than the previous fishing boat. There's full control and even a wheelhouse. 362 parts. Looks good, but there are rotten parts of the ship. It looks more like a yacht, but slightly refitted. There's even a swordfish. On this ship, they really love crabs. They are caught in dozens and put into cages. There's even a crane to transport the cages. 407 parts. "672 parts. A beautiful yacht and a lot of fishing rods. That's all. A huge fishing boat. There's even a rescue boat, as well as an antenna and a wheelhouse. 1,023 parts. "1,957 parts. There's more space for fish, which are divided into dangerous and not. Cool. Wow, this ship is twice as big as the last one. There are 4,008 parts. The ship has a lot of ways to control it. It has all the best from previous ships. Wow, this ship has as many as 6,101 parts. It's just huge. The wheelhouse here is crammed with various electronics. It's the largest ship in this video, and it's very cool. Thanks for watching. Write in the comments what video you want to see next. Hello, let's look at the different sizes of the LEGO Broken Titanic. This small 10 parts LEGO Titanic has almost sunk to the bottom. This Titanic is already at 27 parts and has just begun to sink. Broken LEGO Titanic with 74 parts, the second part is already completely sunk to the bottom. This Titanic is much larger than all the previous ones. It has 141 parts. This Titanic will soon break into two. This one has 155 parts. It has already split into two parts. It's cool that the LEGO building itself can be connected and the Titanic will be repaired. 191 parts of the Titanic have already begun to completely sink to the bottom. Lifeboats can be seen in the water. Wow, this Titanic is quite detailed. It already has 378 parts. It rose to the wave through the fall of the second half. The ship itself is very broken. This Titanic has 676 parts. It broke in half. Well, the iceberg is well depicted here. The Titanic itself, with 1,019 parts, began to sink to the bottom, but there were still people on it. This Titanic has 1,845 parts. It just crashed into an iceberg and water has already begun to enter the hold. Thanks for watching, that's all for today. Check out our previous videos and be sure to like and subscribe. This video will be dedicated to comparisons of LEGO submarines in different scales. 4 parts, starting the same as ever, but I promise it'll get better. 8 parts, some grey explorer researching submarine. 22 parts, a bright-colored submarine made for tourists. 31 parts. This is a Canadian Victoria-class military submarine. 41 parts. Wow, this one is much bigger. 58 parts. That's cool. It's a futuristic submarine transformer. 72 parts. Another explorer submarine with 2 manipulators to interact with objects underwater. 167 parts. A speedy submarine that might be used for underwater racing. 192 parts. A submarine with a larger oxygen capacity and lots of projectors. 246 parts. Interesting. I've never seen such a unique underwater transport. 411 parts. That's dangerous. This military submarine launches a rocket. 498 parts. A comforting submarine with a detailed interior. 710 parts. A big, dark submarine made with LEGO Technic details. 1,063 parts. A huge yellow submarine with multiple turbines and a usable entrance. 1,294 parts. Incredible! This scientific submarine has 3 floors and different rooms. 9,778 parts. Russian Kursk Ki-141 submarine with crazy details of interior and outer parts. And the biggest submarine built with LEGO is this German World War II U-boat submarine. It contains the submarine itself and the port it was launched from, which brings this build to more than 15,000 parts. With this crazy build, our video about LEGO submarines in different scales comes to an end. The topic of today's video is cruise ships of different scales. Let's get started. 3 parts, well, maybe at some angle. 12 parts, this one already has better shape. 15 parts gets more detailed in the middle. 19 parts, a small version of legendary liner, Titanic. 34 parts, some old-fashioned liner, but with better shape. 59 parts, now that's cool, not so many parts, but looks creative. 72 parts, this one looks longer than what we had before. 96 parts, now it has multiple floors and more small details. 180 parts, has a roof with some place to chill and look at the sea. 215 parts, a liner that can carry not only people but also other transport. 343 parts, I like this one, nice colors and much bigger. 417 parts, doesn't have that much floors but still so long. 816 parts, wow, I love this kind of detail on the deck. 1,171 parts. 2,094 parts. I wish I could walk on such a liner myself. 3,046 pots. Can imagine some rich people having a party on this a while ago. 4,959 pots. A liner of that size could probably hold hundreds of people. 5,136 pots. An old steam liner, but still very roomy and detailed. 5,621 pots. That's so cool! It's so big it looks like a floating building. A crazy amount of 12,332 pots. Even though it was made a long time ago, it can still compete with the modern liners. And the last one is crazy big cruise liner made of 2,518,266 bricks. After it was completed, it was even added to the Guinness Book of Records.